Hello traders, good day, Vladimir here. This is the live market review, 13th of June 2017. The market is moving on some of the pairs, mainly the commodity pairs. They are the main movers. The rest are pretty quiet right before the FOMC tomorrow. So let's quick go over the trades we follow and we have on the list, and let's see where we can find our next interesting trades. Aussie versus the Kiwi is most likely aiming to the duplication of this cycle, the area of the 103. That's 103 level which we started to follow. This is the one. This is where we expect it to drop to and where from we expect it to fly. Until then, we remain bearish mainly, and every two waves up correction, every rally we have, is a good sell for us. And we got a two waves move right here. We got a two waves move right here. 1, 2. With the retraces we wanted to see. So it's short until there. It's long from the zone of 103. Or basically, let's make it simple. Once we start to get the false breaks to the upside, either it's 103 or slightly higher or slightly lower. So something like that. This is exactly where we will gonna switch and go longs. Okay, so this is very interesting to follow, of course. And currently our sell idea remains as long as the resistance holds. Actually, that's the one we will want to go with. Euro dollar, despite the fact it's ranging and pretty heavily here, we want to go sell, and the idea is that this, well, I would summarize it very simple. As long as the false break here remain on and we hold the resistance, the pressure is bearish. Currently, the 4-hour chart had a beautiful reverse for us, starts to create lower lows, lower highs, which means we are good for sales. On the 1-hour chart, it looks like the pair might try to do something like that for us, so rally to here, which it will potentially be also a duplication zone for this cycle. So if we can get to here or slightly higher, we are right after heavy short from there. Most likely that's gonna happen right after these are the zones, of course, where we could expect the heavy continuation down. Targets 111.50, 111, then 110 zone, 109 zone. That will be our targets for the short. Before these levels, it's, well, most likely gonna zigzag and range, which is not really interesting. Euro pound, very interesting situation here, as this pair reached 0.89, well, missing slightly, but now creating the beautiful divergence for us. We might have a beautiful candle pattern here at the end of the day. If it ends like a engulfing and equal tails candles, that's a heavy sell call. On the 1-hour chart, it's building for us a special cycle, which is right here. This is the first one, then we have this, and most likely we're gonna get one more, where from we could expect two waves up or a range, and where from we are going to sell versus this top, of course. Okay, that would be our direction, and according to the daily range and the daily special cycle we have, we would be aiming the 38 down to 50 zone, and after that the bottom of the range, and we still have the Brexit area, which is right here, 0.8150, which is not closed, so that could be the top we were looking for. The next one on the list, New Zealandian dollar, is dancing around. The convergence it had for us right here didn't hold, and now it's recreating it. So what we have to do now is to wait for the next false breaks and the next convergences to form. The next important convergence would be right here. This is the low that has to be broken, where we need to look for to sell from. Okay, so we break here, and then we are looking for sell rallies, as long as the last top would actually hold. If it continues slightly higher, that's our zone. Okay, anything to 0.73 and closer, right? So we have this 261.8 currently, right? But the next levels for us on the next cycle, if we take this full cycle, okay, we have one level here and one slightly higher for the duplication, where also we should get this duplication, see? And that's where our levels turn to be so important. If we hold here, we're going for the 4-hour chart reversals and sell rallies, or that will be our zone to look and attack the sell from. Which one to happen, we will have to follow and see. In terms of levels and dates, we have the dates 14, 11, 15, 12. That's a very powerful zone. That's why I tend to believe on the coming days something bearish is going to happen. By ideal, we're going to hit it right from here. Not by ideal, it's going to happen right already here and make us the heavy retrace we are looking at. Which brings me to the Euro New Zealandian, right here. And here we are fixing and correcting right to that duplication. See that? Okay, and here where it becomes to be very, very, very interesting. That's our zone. That was the trend line false break, alternative false break, which is the first sign for us. We might get it pushing a bit lower right to here. That would be a really amazing place and opportunity. From there, we start looking for the possible reversals. Remember, false breaks and retrace. Okay, which means the higher highs again. And then we are for buys. Okay, so in other words, let's assume we get a false break here and then higher highs, retrace and sell and buy, sorry. If we have two false breaks, then we need a break above this high, retrace and fly. The dates are there, the levels are there as well. You see that? Okay, currently we're sell, but here are the dates coming for us. Okay, 15 middle class, and then we have 18, 19. We are coming closer, so it has to finalize itself, polish itself, and we are good to go right after that. It's really, really, really good looking and really, really correct one. Cat Frank, for those of you who are long, enjoy enjoy and let it run. Our targets for the long-term longs would be, well, first of all, the 50% here, and then of course according to the big range we have the top of it, which is 077 zone, and most likely we are going for the new highs to be created. So stay long. Those of you who are not, in every retrace down is considered as a buy opportunity as long as it came in a corrective cycle, which could be 2 waves down, boom boom, or a range, and then we buy the bottom of the range. Okay, if we get this, we have the buys retriggered and continuing. Very simple. As long as it didn't happen, don't force. Why to? New Zealandian franc on the top of the daily potential range. It had one false break on the bottom, potentially one false break on the top. This is a monster zone around the 070 and slightly higher. Most likely we are after one false break right here to 4, and we are good to look for sell opportunities. This is a duplication level, okay, coming as well, as you can see, and this is the zone. So the closer we get, the better it becomes. And on the 1 hour chart we already had false breaks, we already had convergence, and now we are actually good to look for these sells. We have this trend line, and if we get and hold below it, we get the beautiful sell confirmation. If we continue the rally from here, we are looking for this zone, false break, and again trend line, breakout, and move lower. Looks good, and most likely behaves good. New Zealandian, this is the Nasdaq now reached the zone, monster zone of the 50 to 38 retrace, which means now it's creating a bearish hidden divergence, and I believe this is the place where we should be starting for possible sells to form. So we remain bearish as long as the weekly top holds. Very simple. And on S&P, it's the only one that didn't give us yet the 2 false breaks. But now, if we can get this, Okay, that would be an amazing opportunity. Another false break and trendline breakout, and we are after heavy sells. Same state for the Dow Jones, which creates a new high already, but we had a false break. We might have another one right here, and that will be our low. Okay, so a false break here, trendline breakout, and we are good for sales. To try the sales here, of course. So another one to have on the list. And that would be actually all for today. Tomorrow is the FOMC, and the market is looking for that. So do we. Patience is required here, but there are many interesting things already forming, which I pointed out for you guys, so we can look and trade that. Thank you for your time watching this video. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Yours, Vladimir.